Hi, welcome to this video update, which is on the 22nd of February. We're on Saturday. We're just going to give our weekly outlook for the Forex markets and pick out the pairs that we think could offer really good risk to reward trading opportunities. There's a lot of pairs we're going to look at today. We're going to go to the charts in a moment. Now, in our forecasts recently, over the last month in particular, it's been a great time to be trading. We've got plenty of big trends, thousands of pips in profit. It's just been a great time to be a Forex trader. And the week ahead looks very good. We could see some massive moves. Why? Because the coronavirus is getting worse. Investor sentiment is fragile. So we think we could see a really big move up in volatility, some really big trends, which hopefully we can lock into. Now, in terms of the coronavirus, I've done an in-depth article on it. I'm going to make reference to it as we talk about Forex pairs. But the article, if you want to read it, is on the link beneath this video on my Facebook page. Now, in terms of the trade setups, we're going to go and take a look at them right now. But just before we do so, just please keep in mind, it is my view as of right now. It can, of course, change in line with market conditions and action. If you want all our trading techniques, our daily technical sentiment analysis, 14 Forex pairs, including our exact entries, stops, and targets, you can get live access to our member center on the link beneath this video, and you can also benefit from a 90-day risk-free trial. Right, let's go and take a look at the Forex pairs. I've updated all of my pairs in the member center this weekend, so I'm going to use the charts from there, and we're going to start first of all with the majors, Euro USD. Right, Euro USD is our first pair, and this is a nice downtrend. We've sold it near enough from the highs back through 111.80. We were saying on Thursday when we did our dollar video, you could see a little bit of a retracement in the euro, and we got a little bit of a retracement up above the 108 level. We could go to 109, maybe a little bit higher, but the rally is a selling opportunity. The big trend is down, and we've got the 20-day moving average as resistance as well. Regular is, we use it very often as an extra trend line. When you got a strong trend and it breaks, rallies very often fade back to it. So we've got to get in on the euro, sell it back towards the 109 level on weakness, or just take a break of the low, 104.50, and then I think it's going to go another 450 pips after that down to the par level. This is now an established downtrend. It hasn't had big volatility in it, but I think it's going to pick up and it's going to be to the downside. Now, in terms of Eurozone, we did have some data out on Friday, the PMIs. They were not as bad as expected, but they were bad. Eurozone spiraling towards recession, negative rates, and Eurozone is going to get really hurt by the coronavirus because obviously a lot of car exports from Germany, for example, go to China, and China's car buying, I think last month, down by 92%. Yeah, so looking for the euro to sell off. Yeah, it's been a really good downtrend. Okay, got to accept a little bit of a retracement, but in the big scheme of things, it won't be much. Sell back to 109, sell a break of support. Long way to go on the downside. Now, next pair, GBP USD. I'm not bullish of many pairs against the USD, but the GBP I am. And I think in terms of GBP, just deeply oversold, okay? There's going to be no rate cuts from the Bank of England. You're getting decent economic data coming out. PMIs on Friday were okay. Just so oversold. So my own view is GBP, if we can get through 130 here, it's also the 20-day moving average, so I want to see break. Obviously I'm bullish. 130.30, then we should go up to the spike high. Longer term, looking for the whole Brexit decline to be retraced. So it's a really good one for fresh positions on a breakout. Yeah, there's a fiscal stimulus coming in the UK as well, which is not a bullish fundamental. The only thing that could push the USD down through support, in my view, is if we have really big risk off. Okay, now in terms of keeping that in mind, the GBP looks really good on the commodity currencies, which I'll come to in a moment. But I've still got a sneaking suspicion GBP USD could do pretty well. So we'll see. Pretty firm on Friday. Let's have a look at AUD USD. This is just going down basically. The coronavirus, obviously, I've kind of summarised it on my Facebook page, but it's looking really bad. China's taken such a hit in terms of economic growth. It's in real big danger of having what's called a hard landing, where the economy just really goes down. Okay, that is such bad news, obviously, for Australia, because Australia does so much business with China. So it's a nice downtrend again. We're lucky to catch it right at the turn here. And yeah, it's gone down well over 350 pips for us. You've got a little blue candle on Friday, but it's going to meet big resistance into these double trend lines, and there's your 20-day moving average as well. Long way to go on the downside. I've got 63, and I need to extend that to 60. And also, in terms of the commodity currencies, obviously China's slowing up. Global trade is dramatically slowing up as well. And if you get really big risk off, we haven't got that yet, Australian dollar will melt. So will the other commodity currencies. So this one is looking good. Rally selling opportunity, or just sell it back through the low. Okay. Now I am bullish of the JPY. Now, obviously, in terms of the JPY, USD JPY, of course, here, I haven't drawn the line in, but at 110.40, just behind that level, there are a massive amount of stops. This is not fresh dollar buying, okay? It stops getting run and people coming out the market, and then it runs on, okay? Now you see the red candle coming off the 112 level, okay? My own view is that with risk off coming, dollar should be firm on most currencies. The yen is the number one safe haven, isn't it? So the yen should appreciate. So I think this breakout, I don't think we're going to power on. Yeah, a lot of people have said to me it could go to 114, 116. I don't think so. Just sell it back through this support level. Got 111.40. If we jumped above the round number, just sell it back through the round number, going down to 108, and then chart lows, and then lower than that, par level. Sorry, I forgot what I was going to say. Now, obviously, Japan has been infected with the virus as well. A lot of cases. Is that going to hurt the Japanese yen? No, because it's safe haven. So the yen, I think, could turn. That looks a really good risk reward opportunity in my view. But the yen looks really good in the crosses, which we'll come to in a moment. Right, let's go to the last one in this major section, which is USD CAD. Another big dollar trend for us, flying it up from 130.30. She goes up. Now she's retraced, and she's actually come below the 20-day moving average, but holding 132, which is key support. So at this moment in time, if we turn up, I'll just take it through there. We should go to 140, new daily highs, then 140, okay? If we slip through the 132 level, I'll put stop up to protect our profit. I'll come back through this 20-day moving average probably. Long way to go on the upside. And I think crude oil, it's had a little bit of a rally in the last few days, but crude oil is going to take a massive hit to the downside, which will really push the USD up. So it's been a decent trend. We've got a little bit of retracement. Just waiting to see if we can break back up. But if it breaks lower, we'll just come back in through the 20-day moving average. Now, let's have a look at some crosses. All right, Euro JPY. Now, in terms of this pair, last week I was really bearish of it. We got in a good level at 122.80, breaks the 20, can't get through it, and it was going down quite nicely last week. However, Big Blue slices out the 20 and takes my stop at 120.80. So gave back near enough 200 pips in profit. We did bank 200 pips out, but it's annoying to give back profit. But if you're following big trends, that's sometimes what is going to happen to you. Now, in terms of this rally, this is not Euro strength really, is it? It's just that stop hit in USD JPY spilling over into the crosses, and we're stalling now at the 121 level. Two pokes through the round number, can't get above it, away from it. We are just slightly above it, just looking for red. So if we get away from the 121 level downside, 120.80, I'll come back in at where I was stopped out and look for the selling to kick into the downside. I want to see if we can get down to this level, then 110. If we go higher, I'll just reset my level and just still come in on weakness. But I've got the feeling this one's going to fade next week. Yen, is the number one safe currency, and I personally think it's going up on a lot of pairs, and a good few other pairs look good in terms of the yen. So we'll come to them in a moment. But very keen to get back in on this one if we get the opportunity, of course. We'll see. Let's go to a pair, Euro CAD. Now, I'm not bullish of the euro on the safe currencies like USD, JPY, but in terms of against the CAD, I am. Yeah, the euro is a safer currency, and it's really oversold. The Bollinger Band's really wide, and fine support, and now we're pushing up a bit. I'm still below my entry, 143.80 with 143.46. It's neither here nor there. I found support. If we're blue next week, I'm looking for a quick move up to 145. And if markets get really nervous, we could go back to 147. And I like trading extended moves down or up, swing trades. You can get a result pretty quick, so your money's working hard. So whenever I see really big volatility, wide bands, and I can get an opportunity, I'll go for it. See if this one works out next week. Last one, AUD CAD in this section. Sorry. It's been a nice downtrend. Basically, in terms of when you look at this pair, it is pretty choppy. It's not the most volatile pair, but you're not getting above the 20 and holding, okay? You've got to sell off to the downside. If you're looking at all three commodity currencies and you're looking at big themes, which is the strongest commodity currency going forward? It's the CAD. Yeah, CAD, Canada is exposed to the US economy. It's a major trading partner. US is doing way better than China, which Australia is exposed to. So that should keep the pressure on the AUD. Yeah, a little bit oversold, but I don't see much upside. Stop, back behind second level. This one can easily go to 80. There's another 760 odd pips to the downside. It's not the fastest moving pair, but if you want a slow, steady pair, so to speak, this one looks pretty good. All right, let's go and take a look at some more pairs. All right, just in our guest pairs section, where there's four pairs that really interests me, and this is one that does, is GBP AUD. We've had a lot of luck or a lot of profit trading the GBP long on the commodity currencies, and we got a really fantastic move up there, but then we revert back a little bit overbought, come to this mid-Bollinger Band, and then look at it. It's holding this 20-day moving average, and we push up to the upside, breaking a little bit of congestion. So far, 250 odd pips profit, but this one is going just way higher. Think about it. Pound very oversold. Economy doing better than Australia, and if we get risk off, the pound will go up on the Aussie. So if we open blue next week, we'll take out this double top, I think. Then we're going to 2, then 215. I'm extremely bullish of this pair. I like the other two commodity currencies as well. I'm doing all three, treating them as one trade. So we'll see with this one next week, but it's one certainly to keep your eye on. This pair here is what I would call a kind of slow burner. It's CHF JPY. Again, this has got nothing to do with Swiss franc strength. It's just to stop it again, isn't it? And it crashes into the highs. So my own view is just take it back through the lows and see if she runs. And what I'd be looking for is if we do turn, run down, take this level out quickly, and then down to chart lows. This one, it's a bit like AUD CAD. It's a bit of a slower moving pair, not too volatile. Really good risk to reward on it though. I think it looks really good. Two USD pairs we really like. NZD USD. Sorry, I'm sliding up my chart. NZD USD. Really good entry in this one, 66.80. Just as she comes back through there, she breaks the 20. Can't get through. She hasn't touched the 20 since. Yeah, the 20-day moving average, if you've got a strong trend, it's a really great to use it and look for it not to get taken out. So keep your stop back behind it. And yeah, this one has moved down, what, 350 odd pips, but seen a little bit of support, trying to get higher. Might get into this zone here. I don't think it's going to take out the 20-day moving average, and our stop is back behind it. It's a big, solid downtrend. It's got further to run. I've got 60, another 350 pips, but it could even run down to 50. Yeah, NZD or New Zealand similar to the Australian dollar, really exposed to China. Also, another reason I'm really bearish of the Kiwi, and I've mentioned this before, is the market doesn't think the Royal Bank of New Zealand will cut rates this year. They'll be cutting within months. This is just a great sell, in my view, a longer term. And if we were stopped out, which I hope we're not, I'd just probably sell back through the 20-day moving average. So I really like the look at this pair. This one here, been following for a while. It's USD SEK, a nice fast moving pair. USD did really nicely. You get the reversal on Friday, but look at this level here. It's 970. That is really big support. So if this red candle turns off the level up to chart highs, and then I'm looking longer term for it to go to new multi-year highs. You can see what I'm saying here. Open target. Take half out here if we get there, then an open target. I've done that in USD NOK as well. It's a big move up. It's a decent retracement, but there's nothing good going on in Sweden. Of course, it's heavily exposed to Eurozone, which we think is going down. So that means the Swedish krona. USD should continue to push up. This is just a retracement. If we slice the 970 level, we'll probably look to come back through it or through the mid-Bollinger if we break this, 20-day moving average. Okay, hasn't been broken yet, but it could be. If it is, we'll just go back through it, or 970 come off that level. I think it looks a decent pair. If it turns, we should get to chart highs. All right, let's have a look at some more pairs. We'll look at some more USD pairs, and we'll also be doing some more crosses. Like I said, plenty of pairs to look at. And yeah, let's go and take a look at them. I'm just going to look at one more USD pair, then we'll look at some more crosses, which are yen crosses that look really interesting, and also a GBP pair I really like, another commodity currency, GBP. Now, in terms of this one, USD MXN, it's one to keep your eye on next week, because in terms of the price action in this pair, speculators sold it heavily down. It's got a really good carry on it. Okay, so the interest rate is really good. Traders are trying to pick up the carry. The dollar tried to get up, couldn't, then fell down to a massive monthly level. The candles get small. Big speculative position near a record net short position. Bang. The USD fights back with a big blue. Then another blue. That blue exhausts. But what you've got is basically the USD gaining some strength. I made this point in the video on Thursday about the USD. When you see the real high yielding currencies break down on the USD, and other high yielders would be the Russian ruble, the South African rand, for example, Turkish lira, that means investors are getting nervous. And basically, this is the leader of the pack. It leads the high yielders effectively. If we get back through 19, we expect a really big move, okay? And the specs to bail on stop. If they bail on stop, historically, we could get up to here very, very quickly. Now, we'll keep an eye on this one closely next week. I'm looking for a really big move. And yeah, when you get the exotics getting hurt. Investors getting nervous. You very often see that spill over into volatility in the Forex markets overall. So one to keep your eye on. We've got a couple of trades in already. I did do a third one through that level, through the 19 level, but I said on Friday, I'd take it out if we settled lower, which we did. But I'm going to have another go with it. Okay, got two in there looking okay. And yeah, looking for a really big move in this pair next week. I've really got my eye on it. Now, let's go and have a look at some crosses. We will actually look at a euro cross, actually, because this is one that could warn of what's happening in euro CAD. I've said the euro is safer than the commodity currencies. You know, that big red there. But it steadies right on a round number. So we'll just come off the round number 168.50. She'll slice the mid, or 20-day moving average, and now nice and blue, although off the high. But yeah, well over 250 pips profit or 240 pips profit. I'm looking for follow through up to 176. Dips are buying opportunities. Now, in terms of EuroCAD, I'm hoping it's going to follow this one to the upside. Right, let's have a look at some yen pairs, which I think look interesting. This one, nice full, but then the Aussie fights back. But it's really struggling at the 74 level. And got through the 20, held above it, just sell off through it, down, then to 60. This one looks a really good one on weakness. If we jumped higher, we just reset the level. You could reset the level. But this one, really good risk to reward for fresh trades, just looking for weakness next week. Looks really, really good. Okay. This one here I want to get into. CAD JPY. Bang, up she goes. But look at the stall. We're stalling above these highs. We're not following through. No follow through buying. We maintain this is just a spillover, obviously, from USD JPY. Back through the round number 83.80. Then a nice fall, hopefully. I think it could run on to 70 longer term. We get up towards 85. You can always sell it off that round number. Okay. But a really attractive risk reward trade setup. Yen is the one to keep your eye on next week. If it does break down, odds are for continuation. What's a GPAUD? GBP This one looking good. Volatile pair. Big move up there, which we caught. Then we came back to the 2 level. 201.60 we've come back in on. So basically off this blue. And she's working her way higher. So we're nearly at 204 now. Okay. So, you know, good few hundred pips in profit. We're off the high though. Just wanted to break this level, 205. Then it's going up to 215. That's a long way up. But if we do break higher, the stop will come up behind that low. So it's a massive risk to reward. If obviously our view comes off, it's also a buy back towards the 20-day moving average and double trend line there. Okay, one to keep your eye on. Like all the commodity currencies, short on the GBP. And yeah, I've said it in previous videos, it's been a fantastic performing trade for us over the last few months. This one here is GBP CAD. Hasn't really done that much, but we did test the 170 level here, big round number. We've bounced. We're already in. We're just about where our entry is. There, 20-day moving average in that red candle. Take that level out, straight up to the spike high, hopefully, then on to 190 longer term. GBP pairs look really good on the commodity currencies, and yeah, we do like obviously the yen. So I want to show you one more yen pair, which is NZD JPY. Again, it fell quite nicely for us. We came through the 20 down, but she's fighting back. We're trying to fight back. But this level is big. You banged into it once there. Rejection again. Rejection again. Rejection. Any red next week, I'd just sell it. Going a long way to the downside, down to 60. So yeah, we're going to see if the yen does weaken. We can always, obviously, if the commodity currencies pop up a bit, you can always trail the entry up. I don't see a big runaway in the commodity currencies, the upside on the yen, but could happen. But on weakness next week, looks really good in my view. And I think just before we finish, let's have a look at some more charts. And this is the S&P, because you should keep your eye on this for risk off. Multi-year highs, rollover, 20-day moving average, that level. That level breaks and we start gaining traction to the downside. We could easily get down to 3,000. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen because this market has been very, very stubborn. But with all the problems with the virus and just the global economy, the state it's in generally, they're going to break at some point, and that will really up the volatility. I'd also keep your eye on a couple of commodities, because this is crude oil. It had that massive fall, but look at it, it had the rally. That's just a correction of oversold in our view. If this gains traction to the downside, chart lows, then 30. Okay. If we start going down quick, the emerging markets and commodity currencies will really get hurt. They've gained no strength from the rally. Okay. Another commodity to watch is copper, which is really a sort of indication the global health of the economy. Big fall down. Well, so is crude oil, actually. Both are. Again, a rally back to this 20, trying to get out. Still trying to hold the 20. Watch for 2.5 to give way. If that gives way, next major support is 2. Really way on the commodity currencies. Now, in terms of the video, you can see the trades we're focused on. I didn't cover all the dollar trades today. You can check the video on Thursday. My view hasn't really changed. Dollar's done really well for us. Yen, hoping it's going to do well for us. GBP to continue to do well for us. But there's some nice opportunities around. I just got the feeling that the markets are getting ready for a really big bout of volatility. We've had some decent volatility. You can see we've had some decent moves, but it could get a lot better. I think it's a great time to be focused on the Forex markets, and we could be in for some fantastic trading conditions, which we shall see if they come to fruition. But simple strategy. We're doing safe currencies over risk, big themes like what AUD and NZD short on the CAD, for example. I didn't show NZD CAD. That's a really nice downtrend as well. Actually, I'll finish up with it. Let's have a look at it. NZD CAD, you can see it tops out through the 20, just briefly through it, down, poke at it, can't get through, down, down, blue. But back to this double trend line, it's a sell. Going down to 80. So another 400 odd pips on the downside. So basically what we're doing is big themes we're keeping in mind. Trading big round numbers and using the Bollinger Bands, and especially that 20-day moving average, which I've always think is an underrated Forex tool. I think that is it. Yes, that is it for the week, or the video. We'll see what happens in the week ahead. Thank you very much for watching me as usual. Take care. Have a good day.